The D-Day is here when Arsenal welcomes Chelsea to the Emirates Stadium, the slaughter ground of a lot of big teams this season. The only team that has actually escaped is Manchester United, beating Arsenal 3-2. Now Chelsea comes to Emirates the back of two draws, and which means that they played two consecutive draws in their Premier League games, and Arsenal has actually been brimming with a lot of confidence right there, beating Tottenham Hotspurs at Tottenham Stadium 4-1. Now, looking at how it's actually going to be, of course, both have met in their last 10 games. I mean, their last 10 games. Arsenal has actually won 7 times. Chelsea has not won any, and they've drawn 3 times. Then when you look at the Premier League, start this season, Arsenal has scored 56 goals and conceded 21 goals, while Chelsea, have scored 48 goals and have conceded 31 goals. Now, this season, Arsenal has played 28 games in the Premier League, winning 18 times and drawing 7 times, with losing 3 times. They lost to Liverpool, they lost to Aston Villa, and also they lost to Manchester United. While Chelsea have actually lost 6 times, they've drawn 9 times, and they've won 12 times. So the stats on paper favors Arsenal, but this is football. Anything can happen. In a league where Wolverhampton Wanderers almost beat Arsenal, in their home stadium, and in a league where Wolverhampton Wanderers beat Aston Villa, the third place team on the log, 2-0 some days back. And that's how it is. Of course, Mikel Arteta has actually met Liam Rosenau, the new Chelsea coach, twice. And Arsenal has actually carried the day twice, home and away in the Carabao Cup. Now they are meeting first time in the Premier League, and of course, we don't know who is actually going to carry it, because this is football and anything can happen at any time, and that's how it is. Of course, Arsenal has the upper hand because they've been playing so well at the Emirates Stadium. They've been winning and all that. Just lost once in all competitions this season, and they've been scoring goals with reckless abandon there. But Chelsea are actually ravaged with suspensions. They are ravaged with a lot of injuries and the likes, and that takes me to how they might likely line up. The probable lineup. Of course, Arsenal will start with Raya in goal, then Julian Timber, the right back position. William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes are actually going to be paired in the middle of the defense, while the leg back will go to Inform Nkapie. And in the middle of the defense, the defender of the midfield, goes to Martin Zubimendi, while Rice and Easy will support him in that minute. Then on the left wing, of course, Trossard will be preferred ahead of Martinelli, who has actually lost form. Then on the right wing, Saka will definitely, mount that position. Then Victor Gyökeres, informed Victor Gyökeres will be the striker who has scored 16 goals this season. Then looking at Chelsea, how they are likely going to line up, of course, Sanchez will be in goal. Then in the middle of that defense, it might be Chalobah plus Bediashile, Chalobah plus Isugo, plus or Achipong, or Chalobah plus Bediashile, whichever one that they prefer, or Malang Sarr, or Sa, or whichever Sa that they know. Then the right back position goes to James. Then the left back position will go to Ato. This guy is not around. Cucurella is injured. Of course, in the middle of in the middle of the midfield, two players playing a pivot. We're having Caicedo and Andre Santos, while up front they are going to be having Enzo Fernandez. Then Palmas, comes in from the right side, while from the left side, Pedro Neto plays from there. Then up front is Inform Pedro Jao. And Jao Pedro has scored 15 goals this season compared to Victor Gyökeres that has scored 16 goals this season. Of course, Jao Pedro has scored more in the Premier League, 11 goals compared to 10 goals of Victor Gyökeres. But it shows that the two of them have actually, been putting, their power, their strength into scoring for their teams. And I expect the two of them to score more in this game. And but I give it to Arsenal to actually beat Chelsea 1-0 or 2-1. It might be a narrow defeat for Chelsea, while it will be a narrow win for Arsenal. So I see Arsenal carrying the day because Arsenal is actually after the title charge. They're on the title race. Chelsea in one way or the other somehow have likely given up on the title race, but they're after the top four now. So that's just how it works, and that's just the breakdown of the match today.